U.S. Senator Tim Kaine made a stop in the Shenandoah Valley today. Kaine participated in a roundtable discussion with local elected officials, educators, and employers. The topic of the hour: workforce development and career and technical education. Senator Kaine is a founder and co-chair of the Senate Career and Technical Education Caucus and has championed legislation, including bills that have become law. Senator Kaine, a Democrat, recently teamed up with Senator Rob Portman, who is a Republican, to introduce a Jobs Act bill that would help students access training for America's 7.3 million vacant jobs that are unfilled in part due to a shortage of qualified workers. Kaine told reporters that he hopes to be able to attach his bill to the Higher Education Act, which is likely to pass this year.
The Senate doesn't pass so many standalone bills. What they tend to do is pass big pieces of legislation, and you try to attach your bill to it. So my Jobs Act bill, which says Pell Grant should be used for CTE, it's got a lot of support, bipartisan, and the Trump administration supports it. But what gives us an opportunity to pass it is we can attach it to the Higher Education Act, which we will likely pass this year. And you're right, the support of both Democrats and Republicans, and the fact the Trump administration has included it in their budget already, that gives us a significant likelihood of passing.
Kaine told those at the roundtable discussion that he was there to hear their ideas on how to make the bill work the best.
But the reason I'm here is, now that I'm on the committee and now that we're working on this bill that is fundamentally about not only higher ed institutions but a workforce, I need to make sure that I'm going out and listening to the concerns and challenges, but also the best ideas of things that you're working on here in the Valley, so that when we write the bill that we'll live with for 10 years, we can write it in a way that will actually be helpful and that will make it easier for you to both educate folks, for employers to find the employees and workers that they want, and also for the region to have that, economic development opportunities that they want going forward.
Some highlights: Stanton Mayor Carolyn Dole said renovations to aging schools in her city continues to put the city in debt. Senator Kaine said he will propose adding school renovations to a bipartisan infrastructure bill.
At the federal level, to do an infrastructure bill, we could include school construction or renovation as part of infrastructure. The president's going to meet with the leaders of both houses this week to talk about infrastructure. And one of the things that I'm going to try to do, if the president's serious about this, is make sure that things like broadband and school renovations are part of how we define infrastructure.
Luis Rodriguez is a plant manager at the Stewart's Draft Wexler Corporation. He said finding employees with the right skills and training is hard, and that the plant now has a shortage of workers. Blue Ridge Community College President John Downey pointed out that immigration plays a key role in career and technical education training as well.
And one area is immigration, and having the business community join us in a common sense approach to immigration reform. Our current policy, where we're shutting off the spigot with a 2% unemployment rate, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Senator Kaine said immigration touches a lot of key issues, not just the nation's security.
Talk about taxes, talk about regulation. They talked about immigration. That was their one topic this year. And I'm very much in a group of senators, Lindsey Graham and I and others. We put a bipartisan proposal on the table last February, now 14 months ago, that the president didn't like. But we're continuing to look for ways to grapple with immigration, because so often if you just turn on the evening news, immigration is only discussed as a security issue, but it's really a workforce issue.
It really is.
And the security issues are real, so I'm not saying that we don't have to pay attention to that, but often the critical nature of immigration and the workforce sort of gets underplayed, and then we end up hurting ourselves.
Of course, we couldn't let the senator get away without asking him about former Vice President Joe Biden's announcement this morning that he is running for President of the United States.
Joe Biden is a friend and a great American. He's a great American, a great public servant. I watched the video this morning, and I was struck by I'm sure we all were, by his focus on Charlottesville. Both the Declaration of Independence, but also the tragic events of August 2017, and his statement that he's in this race because he thinks it's about the soul of America. I thought it was a very strong opening. I'm a long way away from doing any endorsement or anything, but I expected him to be in the race and welcome him to the race, and I thought the video that was sort of his kickoff, I thought that was strong.
In Fishersville, Theodore Whitelow, Breaking Through News.